Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jennifer if you're new here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about my minimal skincare routine. Now, if you saw my last video when I did 7 things I no longer buy as a minimalist, you would have heard that I do still acquire a lot of skincare. I'm just a lot more thoughtful about it. So I have more skincare than I think the typical minimalist would have, but it is a passion of mine and it is something that I do care deeply about. And for a long time, I was searching for what was best for my skin, what was best for the price, what had the best ingredients, yada, yada, yada. And I think for my skin right now, with the age I am, the climate I live in, all that stuff, I think I have my skincare routine figured out, which is wonderful because now when something runs out, I just have to repurchase it as opposed to always feeling like I have to try something new. And then, I'm gonna get pregnant in the next 5 years and it'll totally be out the window. And then, I'll move and it'll be totally out the window. But for now, I think I finally have it dialed in and I wanted to share with you guys. Now, I'm by no means saying that I'm at all a skincare expert. I've talked to my dermatologist and done my research for what I feel will be best for my skin. Please talk to your doctors, talk to your dermatologist, do your research for your skin. What I'm recommending might not be good for you, so take it with a grain of salt. All right, you guys ready? Let's get into it. Number 1 is my cleanser, and it's the Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser by Youth to the People. And this came off a recommendation from a YouTuber named Hyram. He has a channel here called Skincare with Hyram, and I'll link it below. But he was saying that this is one of the better cleansers for oily skin. Finally ran out of my old cleanser, finally bought this, and I gotta say, he is right. I like the ingredients. It's a clean at Sephora item. However, it does have a little bit of fragrance in it, so if you're super sensitive to fragrance, I probably wouldn't recommend this for you. I feel like I am pretty sensitive to fragrance. I also don't like fragrance in my skincare. But because this is a very mild fragrance and it's a wash-off treatment, so it's only on my skin for like 30 seconds to a minute, for me it works out well. I like it a lot and I will be repurchasing until I find something better that's cheaper, because it does have a bit of a hefty price tag in my opinion for a cleanser, but it's so good. And I love that it comes in glass packaging, so it's going to be really easy to recycle. It came in a undyed cardboard box that was compostable, so things like that I appreciate when a brand does, and I do love this cleanser. Okay, so I actually have 2 cleansers. I use that one morning and night, but when I'm wearing makeup, I also do an oil cleanser. So what I use is the Purito Form Green Cleansing Oil. And I really like this cleansing oil. I was struggling for a long time to find a cleansing oil that didn't have coconut oil in it. Coconut oil, for whatever reason, breaks me out. I know some people say it's non-cosmogenic, so it's not supposed to break you out, but I don't know, maybe I'm allergic. Maybe my skin just doesn't like it. I'm not too sure, but for me it didn't work out. And I like cleansing oils, not balms. Cleansing balm, you rub the balm onto your skin, all the makeup melts away. It's wonderful, but then you have to wipe it off with a tissue. And I try to minimize the pulling at my skin. So I don't use makeup remover wipes and I don't use cleansing balms, but I do use a cleansing oil. And I like this one because you put it on your dry skin and it's magic. It melts away your makeup, even the stubborn mascara. And you go in with water, get some of the oil off, some of the base layer of makeup off, and then I follow it up with this one. So at night when I'm wearing makeup or even sunscreen, I'll do this one, and then this one, and in the morning it's just this one. And these work lovely together. They work lovely individually. Although I wouldn't recommend using this one individually because then you're just gonna have a lot of excess oil on your skin. Cleansing oils are meant to be used as part of a 2-step system with the cleansing oil and then a water-based cleanser. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my morning skincare items and treatments and then roll over into evening skincare items and treatments, and then I'll talk about masks. So starting with morning, I have 2 treatments, or what I describe to be treatments, meaning something beyond the cleanser, the moisturizer, and the sunscreen. Because the way I like to do my skincare is I'll do cleansing, treatment, moisturizer, sunscreen in the morning. So I have 2 treatments, and one of them is prescription. So it's not something that I can link down below and have you guys get, but it's, I think it's pronounced alizayic acid. You can let me know in the comments below if I'm horribly mispronouncing this, but this was given to me by my dermatologist and I like it. So I will continue to use it as long as I have the prescription. The next item I have is the May Love the Glow Maker Antioxidant Serum, and it is a vitamin C serum. Now, from the research that I've done, and I don't know how valid this is, vitamin C is pretty unstable. So topically applied, there's not a whole lot of research to suggest that it does make a huge difference. However, there have been vitamin C serums in the past that I've used and I feel like I see a difference. So maybe it's the placebo effect, but I like it. And I really like this one. Now, what I have found the difference is with vitamin C serums to be stable versus not stable is the ingredient ferulic acid. I don't know the science of it, I'm not a chemist, but I have found that vitamin C serums that contain ferulic acid seem to be a little bit more stable. And this one does. This came off a YouTube recommendation by a gal named Jessica Braun. Love her channel, I'll link it below. And I did the research, and it has ferulic acid, and it has a lot of other really good ingredients, and the price point is amazing. So I really do recommend the May Love Glow Maker. Can't beat the price point, and the ingredients, honestly, it should be more expensive for what's inside the formulation, in my opinion. And then to complete the AM routine, I have 2 sunscreens. This one's pretty new to me. This one I've been using for years. This is the Paula's Choice Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense. And this one is slightly tinted. It has a gray pink tint. So if you have a deeper skin tone than me, I don't know how well it'll blend into your skin tone. I'm sure there's reviews online for it, but if you have a fair complexion like me, it blends in. It has a very, very slight tint, sits really well under makeup. I use this in conjunction with my moisturizer, so it'll be moisturizer and then this on top. I've been using this probably 3+ years. Doesn't break me out. It doesn't feel particularly oily. On the Paula's Choice website, there's always a sale going on where it's like 2 for 1 or 30% off or free shipping or whatever it may be. So I feel like I've never paid full price for this. Now, trick for you guys. If you do buy this and you do use it, it will seem like it's done long before it is. If you just do a little snip snip, you will find that this entire section is full. And I find that I can get about a week's worth of sunscreen usage out of it once I do the snip. So when it starts not squirting anymore, that's when I reorder, and then I'll use it for a week, sometimes a week and a half. The next shipment comes in and I never run out. Now for this sunscreen, this one's a little bit newer to me. I find that this one is a little bit more fickle than the other one. If you have just laid down your moisturizer and your other products and then go in with this, for some reason when you're blending it in, it pills up and it's not very cute. However, if you apply, your cleanser, your vitamin C serum, your moisturizer, and then you walk away for like 10 minutes and then come back with this and apply it onto your skin, it applies like great. I also really like this for my neck, shoulders, and hands because it blends in, and it blends in more like a lotion. It says gel lotion. It's not heavy, it's not oily, it's not that gross like, oh, I have sunscreen on, don't put your arms down type feeling. It's really nice. Now it is only SPF 30, so I wouldn't recommend it if you're gonna be out all day hiking or kayaking or something like that. But for just day to day, I do like it a lot, and I haven't noticed it stains my clothes or anything like that. Okay, so now we're moving on to my nighttime skincare stuff, and then we'll go on to masks and things like that. So for nighttime skincare, I have 2 treatments, and like I said before, my process is cleanser, treatment, moisturizer, and then sunscreen in the morning. So these are my 2 treatments for the evening. I try to not overcomplicate it. When I was trying out a lot of skincare, trying to perfect my skin, I was trying way too much stuff and my skin was completely overloaded. So sometimes, and I think oftentimes, less is more. Where if I overload my skin with all the things that are supposed to make it perfect, it all clashes and then it becomes very much less than perfect. So I've streamlined it. I have 2 treatments in the morning, 2 treatments in the evening, and then a couple of masks and various other things, and that's it. I like it. It's simple. So I use a niacinamide from The Ordinary. This was actually recommended by my dermatologist, this specific brand, because it's very inexpensive and ingredient-wise, it's pretty clean. I use this at night sometimes. I'll either use this or this. I don't use them both together because it's just a little bit overload for my skin. So niacinamide, like it a lot. Gonna repurchase forever. The Ordinary, great brand. The next one is also a prescription product. So unfortunately, again, I can't link it below, but it is a retinoid product. So I imagine some other retinoids work similarly, but if you talk to your doctor, perhaps they'll have a recommendation for you if you have similar skin concerns to me. This is a tretinoin, 0.025%, and this is a retinoid that I originally got a prescription for my adult acne. Now, I do still have adult acne. However, I found out that retinoids, in addition to helping with acne, also help with cell turnover and anti-aging. So it's kind of a 2-for-1, which I really appreciate in my skincare when it can attack 2 things at once that I care about. I use this probably 3, sometimes 4 times a week. And then when I'm not, I'll be using the niacinamide, unless I do a mask. Nights that I do a mask, I don't do any additional treatments just because it overloads my skin. So next is my moisturizer. I do use this moisturizer morning and night in the winter, and in the summer I'll use it in the evening. And I've actually been looking for an AM moisturizer because sometimes this moisturizer that I'm about to talk about is a little bit too heavy in the morning. And I have one from Paula's Choice that I'm trying out. I don't really like it, which is why it's not being mentioned in this video. But what my friend told me that she does is when it's summertime and it's particularly oily, sweaty, gross, whatever, she just uses this as her moisturizer and sunscreen. And she says it's moisturizing enough. And she has kind of similar skin to me. So I'm gonna try that after I'm done with that Paula's Choice moisturizer that I don't particularly love. But as far as my evening moisturizer, and then what is also in the winter, my morning and evening moisturizer, it's the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. I use this for my hands, for my feet, for my neck, for my body, for my bikini area right before I get a wax when I need it to be moisturized, for my face, everything. I love this cream. It's so inexpensive. I get it at either Ulta, Costco, Target. It's very widely available. It does not upset my acne somehow, even though it's very moisturized. Ingredients are so simple. My dermatologist says it's great. Love, love, love. Can't talk about it enough. And it's fragrance free, which is very important to me, especially with a moisturizer that's going to be absorbing into my skin all day, protecting my skin all day. Now, going hand in hand with my moisturizer is the Ordinary 100% organic cold pressed rosehip seed oil. This is an oil that I like to incorporate. Sometimes I'll just take the little dripper out and do a couple of drips in conjunction with my moisturizer and apply it. This can go everywhere. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I mix it with my moisturizer for head, shoulders, knees, and toes. But also sometimes what I'll do, especially in the winter or if my skin is particularly irritated for some reason, in the evening after putting on my moisturizer, I'll just take a couple drips of that and pat it directly onto my skin. Now I have oily skin and it doesn't overload it. I really, really enjoy this product, and the Ordinary, as far as like 100% pure cold pressed, is the least expensive that I have found, and the Ordinary is a brand that I trust. So this is the one that I will continue to repurchase. All right, so now I'm gonna go into masks. Now these masks I use interchangeably once, twice, sometimes 3 times a week if I have the time. So the first one is the Pharmacy Honey Potion Mask. Now, to be honest, this one I have not done a lot of research on, so I don't know if the ingredients are truly magnificent for your skin, but I do know that it's a clean at Sephora brand, so it is going to be cleaner. And I know it has honey in it, which when I was younger and my acne was a little bit less controlled, I would do honey face masks with just pure Manuka honey, and it helped a lot. I originally got this as a gift for my birthday 2 years ago. Used that jar up, loved it, never repurchased because it is a little bit expensive. I think it's over $50. I got another one again for my birthday this year. Still love it, still use it. It's wonderful. And then the next mask I have is an Australian clay mask. Now this brand is new to me. I saw it on Facebook, I think, and I ordered it, and I do like it. I like having at least one sort of mud mask in my repertoire to sort of pull out all the gunk from my skin. The reason that I like this one, it's by the brand Asari. The reason I like this one is because it's not too drying. A lot of times when I put a clay mask on, I feel like it's sucking out my life force. It almost is painful how dry it gets. And then for days after, my skin is overproducing oil to try and compensate for everything that it lost. Now, some people love that. Some people really love to get all of the everything out. For me and my skin, it didn't work. I like this one because it is a clay mask. It does help with that. It helps sort of pull out those impurities, but it doesn't overly dry and strip my skin. I like this a lot. Thank you guys for sticking through until the end of the video. That was all my skincare tried and true. I've been using all of it for at least 2 months and some of the things for years and years. They're things I would recommend to my sister, to my friends, and now to you guys. I'll have everything linked down below that I can link. Some of the things are prescriptions, so there's not really a way to link them. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jennifer. Can't even say my own name. I do still contain, I'm just gonna show the skincare. Recommend to my sisters, one. And if you have any questions, let me know.